You don't want it more bright in a bright room.
You want it too bright and dark either.
Yeah, but you don't want it in a bright room. You don't want it screaming bright. And in a dark room, you don't want it going dim.
Actually, yes. I dim my monitor if it's dark.
I am not finding anything about this, not even like on conspiracy forums or anything.
So when your room is dark, you want your monitor to be dark. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. So it doesn't hurt my eyes.
So you can't see it if the monitor's dark.
But not completely dark, not bad, just darker.
Sagema, you're in the chat room and you're listening to this right now. I want to... where did you find anything about this being a disabled camera in the monitor?
There is no camera in the monitor.
I want to know where he found it, or did he just come up with it and he's lying to me? Why would they? That's not.
It's not a camera.
That can't be a camera. That's got to be a light sensor. I mean, that's just doesn't make any sense. It's a fairly high-end monitor, so yeah, I would imagine it would have a light sensor in it. There's no way that's a camera.
Even though Nash and me can't agree on what the light sensor does.
Yeah.
I love that the first conclusion he jumped to is there's a camera in it and someone is spying on me.
This is why conspiracy theory forums exist. People jump to conclusions.
See, if it had been so, you would have heard about it on Consumer Reports by now, because I guarantee goddamn to you, you're not the first person to have found this. This would have been on CNN.
This would have been national news. Alrighty, next question. The last few times I installed a game from DVD, my system got into a massive slowdown. I wasn't able to do anything. Even my audio got screwed up completely. 100% CPU usage, 100% hard drive usage. Sound is just a mess. The games where I noticed this: Dark Souls, Borderlands 2, Sleeping Dogs. I even tried to copy the data from the Dark Souls DVD on one of my hard drives while doing that. The system got slowed down too. Last week I ripped some MP3s from 3 CDs without any problem at all, and when I was listening to normal audio CDs, no slowdown, no audio problems, nothing. Is my DVD drive dying? It is the oldest piece of hardware in my PC, or is there something else that might screw up whatever I put a DVD into the DVD drive? It's just not a CD. My system is an i5, 16 gigabytes of RAM, a GTX 660.
Dying.
Say that again?
Might be dying, might not be. Windows and DVD drives somehow went really weird.
Well, from
DVD can completely block your I/O, always.
My opinion is it's dying. The reason why is because CDs will work fine, the DVDs won't. Two different lasers. DVD uses one laser, CD uses another. Yeah, I think the DVD section of your drive is dying, and the good news is
error correct, and that takes CPU.
Yeah, the good news is it's a at most a $30 replacement.
25.
Yeah, it's nothing to replace this.
Yeah, I would say replace it before you do anything weird with drivers or anything. Just swap it out. Because it sounds
DVD drives are even the things you can replace on laptops.
Because what it sounds like to me with the with no hard drive activity but 100% CPU, at least in my opinion, it's what's happening here is oddly enough, it's not your I/O being screwed up, it's your CPU being screwed up, because it's trying really, really hard to error correct faulty data coming from the lens.
Yeah.
And it can't do it, and unfortunately for Windows, when that happens, it's stupid as shit, and it's just too dumb to know not to do that. And I've had it happen before on Windows, and when I replaced the drive, it worked fine. So
yeah,
just give the drive a replacement, and if that doesn't work, get back to us.
Fortunately, that is one of the cheapest things to replace on a computer these days.
Thankfully, it used to not be. Used to be very expensive. Remember when DVD RAM was competing with DVD ROM? Oh man, those were the days, huh? Merry Christmas, Lord. Merry Christmas, Lord Cat Nash and Maluku. I successfully built my first computer over the summer, and it's working great, but there's one minor issue that I have. When Windows finishes shutting down, the tower itself does not turn off. I have to hold the power button for 4 seconds to do a hard power off. It does turn itself off and on again just fine if I restart Windows. It just doesn't turn off for some reason when I do a shutdown. It's never generated any problems that I'm aware of. It's just a minor nuisance that I'd like to nip in the bud once and for all, and was wondering if you guys had any suggestions.
That might be because Windows is still using the APM paramodel and not the ACPI. Go to your device manager and check like order by connection or something, and the first entry is what it thinks your computer is. And it says APM there or not anything that's not ACPI. Go to that and say select driver, select update or reinstall or something like this, and select the ACPI one. Like I want to select from a list and select ACPI. That should fix it.
All right, the next question comes from Son of Varel. He was waiting in the chat room. Say that again?
And a symptom of this is you don't have the energy options are not as complex. Like only 2 buttons in there.
All right, next question comes from Son of Varel. I know he's been waiting around in the chat room for this one. I have an HP desktop with an Intel Core 2 quad CPU Q6600, 8 gigabytes of RAM. Crucial says this is the maximum I can get. Windows Vista 64-bit and NVIDIA GeForce 8500 GT video card. I want to get this thing playing video games. I can run Borderlands 2 in minimum settings. What would be the sequence to upgrade this computer to get better performance out of games? Well, Crucial says you're at your maximum for your HP desktop in RAM. Core 2 Quad CPU Q6600. You're probably going to have to eBay to really upgrade that one. I don't know if you're going to do that, but the one thing
Q66 is almost one of the best ones.
I know that's the problem. I don't know where to go from there.
That is overclock.
You can go to the Q9300, I guess.
You can find
I
one.
had both of those
Find one.
and get the 66 and the 950, and it wasn't that much of a difference.
Listen, here's your upgrade path, okay? Your first upgrade, get rid of the 8500 GT and get yourself a GTX.
Better graphic card.
Or get a better graphic card. That's your first upgrade. The next step is to...
you say, also, this is an HP, off-the-shelf HP desktop.
Shit, that's right, power supply.
Power supply. Yep.
Forgot about it. Yeah, your concurrent step with that is a new power supply. But is this... is this HP going to use the standard ATX plus 4?
Is this hell? Is it going to use is it one of the slim ones?
Oh my God, is it a slim one? Do you have a slim one? Yeah. Should I look into a PSU? Yeah, you should look into a PSU. Do you have a slim case, or is it a regular-sized HP desktop case?
Because if it's a slim case, congratulations, you're fucked.
Well, it might be fucked if you don't mind running the computer without the case cover.
If you can fit it in there.
Yeah, if you could fit it in there.
Or just have it sitting outside the case. Regular size? Okay. Good shape, yes.
If it really is regular-sized computer, then yeah, replacing the PSU should be fine. The problem I'm going to have then is the motherboard. I don't know if it's going to be a standard ATX connector for the power supply.
It likely is.
So here's the first step you're going to do, okay? Just so you're not wasting money, don't buy a new graphics card just yet. First step, buy a power supply unit, 500 or 600 watts, around there. Yeah. And then see if you can swap out the power supply. If you can, great, we're going to move on to the next step. If not, you need a whole new computer. Yeah. So the next step would then be... Say that again?
If you need a new computer, you already have a power supply.
Yeah, well, if you need a new computer, you already have a power supply, see? Yeah. Step 1, Step 2. So Step 2, if Step 1 is successful, Step 2 is a new video card. I almost guarantee you this thing's going to have a PCI Express slot in it, X16 slot, which you can replace the video card in. Go get a high-end card. Or,
that will bring the most. That will give you the most improvement.
I would recommend NVIDIA 650 Ti, or if you can do it, an NVIDIA 660.
And you know what? If here's a little tip, by the way. If the full-size ATX power supply doesn't fit in your HP computer case, go get a Dremel saw with a diamond blade and make it fit. Not the power supply unit, but make the case fit to the power supply unit. Because if it's a full-size computer case, that full-size ATX power supply will fit eventually. Make the fucker fit. I fucking hate HP computers, man. Your next step after the video card, if it works, is a new motherboard, processor, and memory. You're gonna get you have to get those three together.
And a case.
You'll probably need a new case too. Yeah.
And here's why he'll need a new case is because HP and most systems that are proprietary from off the shelf do not use the standard switch configuration. They use proprietary switches connected by a ribbon cable or something to fit just those motherboards. Why? So you can't go out and get a new motherboard and slap it into one of their cases. Good news here is you can get a cheap-ass $30, $40 case, and it'll work just fine. Even cheaper if you really don't care that much. But
you could use a free plastic milk crate that you washed out and dried if you really wanted to.
If you really wanted to, yeah.
I don't recommend it, but hey.
No, but yeah, you can use like one of the cheaper cases. If you don't care how it looks that much, you can just one of the cheaper cases on Newegg. That's all you really need.
If Crucial says the RAM is at max, what should I look for in RAM? Honestly, that's step 3. Because if you were maxed on RAM, you can't do anything else with it.
Yeah.
You were at the breaking point. You can't do anything else with the RAM. I would literally say power supply unit, then video card. Once you've done that and you're comfortable with that and everything's working, then you can think about seriously investing in a new motherboard, a new case, and new RAM. The other things that because you will be able to transplant the power supply and the video card over, you'll also be able to transplant the hard drive over. The case itself, probably not going to be worth much to you. And the motherboard is pretty much maxed out already. I mean, besides the Q9300 processor, you can't get more RAM in there. In terms of the processor you buy and the RAM you buy, that's really dependent on the motherboard you get. And we could go over that. I think for another time we can go over that. Maybe like on Tuesday Tech Talk we can start talking on building computers again, since it's going to be a new year. Oh yeah, that was good.
But at this point, basically you'll get the biggest bang for your buck: power supply, video card.
Yep. So, Son of Varel, that's the best advice we can give you. Power supply unit first. Make sure it works, because that way you're only going to be spending like $30, $40 on a power supply unit. If that doesn't fit or it doesn't work or whatever, you don't go to the next step. Basically, your next step will be, I'm building a new computer. That would be your next step in the event the PSU doesn't work. Doesn't fit that situation, okay? So, but if it does, then the video card, and then, keep saving your money, and then eventually build into a new machine. Alrighty. I'm sorry. Also, I have a Windows 7 product key. How should I go about upgrading it? Now, when you say upgrading it, what exactly do you mean? Do you mean to upgrade the system with Windows 7, or upgrade a Windows 7 system to something else?
I think he means upgrading the Vista to Windows 7.
Oh, upgrading Vista to Windows 7. You can get a copy of Windows. Can you does Microsoft let you download Windows now?
No, but you can get it from Digital River.
Oh, you get it from Digital River. All right, get a copy of Windows from Digital River, and then install it with the product key.
Or people are saying yes, they let you download it. Well, yeah.
Or you can do that too. Then just download it and burn it to a CD or DVD.
Yeah, you can get it Digital River.
You can even use just a USB stick.
Yeah.
Or a USB stick or whatever, and then use the product key. It's really, really simple. That's probably one of the more basic things you can do. Captain Lagbeard writes in, I recently got a new graphics card. The only problem is that I can't get a second monitor to work on it. Both my monitors have only VGA ports, and the card has a dual-link DVI-I and a single-link DVI-D port. I have an adapter for VGA to DVI-I and an adapter for VGA to DVI-A. Both of them work in one of the ports, but neither of them work on the other.
Yeah, if it's a DVI-D, then it's no analog.
Yeah, DVI-D is not an analog thing.
Right, you're gonna get a new monitor.
You can get a DVI monitor or HDMI monitor.
Because DVI-A means digital video interface analog. DVI-D is digital video.
Single-link DVI-D essentially is HDMI.
Yeah, the problem is that he's got a single-link DVI-D port that he's trying to use on a VGA monitor, which is analog only. It's not going to work.
Yep.
DVI-A analog, DVI-D digital, DVI-I integrated, or both, basically.
Yeah.
Which is one of the weirdest acronyms they could have picked.
Yeah, which is why it's working. That's why the VGA one will work, because the DVI-I will work with both. DVI-D, digital only.
I don't even know why they ever introduced different standards. It should have just been integrated all the way. But
I'll be kind of glad when DVI is gone and we're all using HDMI.
Well, I'll be glad when we're using DisplayPort.
Yeah, sure.
Alrighty.
Well, HDMI is not that. It's just single link. Dual link DVI still better than HDMI.
It is. Dual link DVI is a lot better than HDMI. Sadly, I just wish the connector wasn't so fucking bulky. Alrighty, an old problem that I thought had gone away just popped up as I'm listening to the stream. Says Yeri. I have an Asus X71 laptop that has been my trusted companion for about 4 to 5 years. And I've had a problem that I've been following since it was new. The mouse stops working and will not turn back on again. Restarting the computer does nothing but turning the computer off. Removing the battery and then plugging it in again, it starts to work again. This is followed through OS changes, driver updates, and different mouses. And I have even tried other USB ports with nothing preventing it from happening. The touch device on it still works, though. Any idea what it can be? I have decided to just live with it.
A battery off the laptop. Okay.
Yeah, it's a laptop, so the only way to fix it is for him to remove the battery, wait a few seconds for the capacitors to discharge, then plug it back in, and the mouse starts to work again.
That is not a good sign.
That is weird.
Well, okay, here's the thing. He says, driver updates, different mice, OS changes. It's pointing to your USB controller.
Sadly, yep. It seems to be busted.
Considering he said different USB ports, and the touch device works.
Yep.
That's your
touch
USB
device might
controller.
be even connected by PS2. Some of them are still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's easier to implement.
That seems like that's your USB controller. A good way to check it is try other USB devices and see if they behave wonky as well. If they do, well, that 4 or 5-year-old laptop, it gave you a good run.
Well, hey, what are you going to do? Facial hair related question. Guys, what would your dream beard be? How about you, Nesh?
I got mine.
How about you, Mark?
Bosniak.
My
Bosniak.
My dream beard would just be the big, typical Unix guy beard.
I gotta say though, my axe beard would be kind of epic.
That would be kind of badass.
That would be kind of badass, yeah. Because you could just go around, and my axe, and everyone would laugh. Because it would always be funny.
Alrighty, we've got one last question. Moatman writes, I turned off Windows Search a little while ago, just cause. I turned it back on and almost immediately after, but now I can't get the index to turn on. It asks me if I want to turn index on whenever I search, and I say yes, but no dice. I've tried going into drive preferences and turning it on, but nothing there either. Google's failing me. Any ideas?
I have the same problem. I have no idea.
I don't either.
I have the same problem too. I don't know. Once you turn, it seems like once it's off forever. I don't care. Let it stay off. You can reinstall Search, I guess, from Control Panel. You can try that.
Or
you can install Google Desktop Search.
Google Desktop Search is probably better.
Or get Agent Ransack. I love Agent Ransack.
Oh, Agent Ransack, yeah, that's right.
That's a great little program. It doesn't take much memory. It works very,
very that's
fast.
Right. Alan Mentaru was right. You know what? You've disabled it, but guess what? Re-enabling it probably doesn't re-enable the service. I didn't think about that.
You have to go.
Have you tried that, Mark? Re-enabling the service?
Tools. Nope.
The search service. You have to go to administrative tools and to services, and it should be in your control panel, and re-enable the search indexing service. That's probably
disabled it on this Windows. So.
Or you could try services.msi. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting it's called that. And try re-enabling it there. Alan Mentaru was right. I forgot all about that. I just didn't care about it. Oh man!
I still use Agent Ransack because fucking hell.
Looks like we're out of questions, man.
Yay.
And 5 minutes.
Let's talk about Linux Search.
let's avoid Linux Search. So with out of questions, and with only 5 minutes to go, I thought I'd update everybody on the Car PC project, and
sure.
It's going really, really well so far. HDMI output is not working, but because I'm on Linux. But that's because I had to put it off for the weekend because, Christmas. That should be working in the next day or two. The USB joystick controller works. The USB wireless controller, which is actually the USB Bluetooth wireless controller that I bought, works absolutely beautifully in Linux. Just, you plug it in and it goes, and it's just a fucking keyboard. It's amazing. There's no device installation. There's no weird delays or anything. It just works. I love it. Let's see. What else? I've got my Wi-Fi sniffing tools enabled. I've been able to crack several Wi-Fi networks while just randomly driving around.
Oh, Jesus.
It's great. I don't even have it. I don't even have it. Like, I'm not even using it. I just literally have it every time a new Wi-Fi network is detected. It runs a script to see if it can crack it, and I've just got like a list of Wi-Fi networks I can get into just by driving around. It's amazing. It's got a Wi-Fi. It's got a wireless. It doesn't have the radio yet, but it's got a script that can check for wireless video cameras. And once I've got the actual radio in it, it's a USB dongle. I'll be able to actually see if we can tune in wireless cameras that are just set up on public band space. So that'd be pretty cool.
Oh man! Just watch yourself drive by.
Just watch yourself drive by. Hey, there's me. I got a Slingbox for Christmas, and I'm going to set that up, and I'll be watching Slingbox on the car computer. So that'd be pretty cool. And the beautiful thing, Nash, and thank you so much for recommending CyanogenMod, because tethering works flawlessly in it. Just absolutely flawlessly. You put CyanogenMod on it, boom, a USB tether, no problem. And Linux recognizes it instantly as a USB tether. And it just uses it, boom, as a USB modem. Tried that on Windows. Windows is like, I don't know what to do. He wanted me to set up a dialing string. I'm like, what? Are you fucking kidding me?
God damn it, Windows.
Oh man. So, anything else I could do with that? My GPS antenna has not come in yet. It's back ordered right now, so I'm waiting for that to come in. It's probably not going to come until after the new year, which is not a big deal. But I'll be able to use OpenStreetMaps then.
Hey, are you making the Batmobile or something? Jesus.
Hey, man. Dude, I've got NES games. Dude, I've got NES games running on it. I've got MAME games running on it. Super Nintendo games work on it. Dude, people install tablets on it like, oh, I've got my tablet, I've got GPS, I've got music, and that's about it. I've got GPS, I've got music, I've got Netflix, I've got Hulu, I've got my Slingbox on it. And by the way, I didn't have to pay money for the Slingbox app on the smartphone, so. Yeah. They got games on. I Sniff wireless networks. Are you kidding me? God Almighty, this is great. The only other thing I'm really missing is what I want to do is set up a USB camera on this thing, so I can use like a USB camera as like a backup camera.
Rear view camera.
Yeah, like a rear view camera type of thing, but it would have to be like on my trunk or something, so I can know like how far away I am from hitting fucking something.
I've always thought about like putting up 4 cameras in the car with a huge field of vision. So you can save like the last 5 minutes while driving.
Well,
you can hit a button of like, I just saw something awesome, or I just had a crash and I need evidence.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's coming in the United States, dude. I mean that's in the industry has mandated, the insurance industry has basically rallied Congress to mandate that all new cars will have backup safety cameras. I mean, on-dash black box recording is coming, man. It'll be there. So why not be ahead of the curve?
Yeah. Also make it awesome. Like you see some idiot just did the most
amazing thing. You like save that.
Save. Save.
Actually, that's you know what? That's a really cool idea, dude. I wonder how could we do that? How could we enable that?
You have 4 USB webcams.
Yeah, 4 USB webcams, but how would we do the whole caching thing for like the last 5-10 minutes?
You're using Linux, right?
Yeah.
Soft.
Oh.
No, you just save like uncompressed frames, or calculate how much 5 minutes is, and just overwrite the same file always.
Oh, we got new forum questions. You guys want to keep going with the 2 new forum questions?
Oh Jesus! Okay.
All right. Well, listen, we're eventually going to call this quits eventually. So you can't keep processing it, guys. But here we go. I got a Razer Ansai keyboard for Christmas, and I'm having some problems. After installing all the drivers and firmware updates, I can't access a built-in program that allows me to set up macros. I can open the program, but it informs me that no Razer Ansai connected, and then it goes away. Any solutions? I've reinstalled drivers and firmware several times, uninstalled, reinstalled, and used 8 different USB ports. Requires 2 ports.
Okay, that's... Usually don't say this, but that's a reason to yell at Razer.
Yeah, you gotta go call Razer because something fucked up pretty hard.
Yeah,
Especially
either.
if you just bought it.
Oh, also you have to be online too, which
Yeah. Oh, that might be it. Yeah.
the servers might be down. Yeah, you do have to be online. So
Especially considering it's Christmas.
well, our servers might be flooded right now.
Isn't that stupid? You have to go online to enable your fucking keyboard.
Fucking keyboard and mouse. Are you kidding me? Piss off.
Yeah.
DRM
One
on
of
a
those
mouse.
keyboards to just save the keys I macro in there.
No, you have to get them from online. Because
I
shut
don't know why.
up.
I mean, my keyboard's safe, but you still have to install the program. I want them to just... You have a microprocessor in there? You can do this. I could do this.
Fucking an Atmel could do this. I mean, come on. Alrighty, one last question from Fog Breather, and then we gotta go because it's 8 o'clock, and we've been doing this for 8 hours. This has been 8 hours of answering your questions, and we really aren't getting paid as a customer service center would get paid.
You know what is great though?
What?
Not a single Windows 8 question.
Yeah, that's really amazing. Not a single Windows 8 question. I'm surprised we didn't get more of them.
We scared them off.
Don't ask us Windows 8 questions. You're going to regret it, because our questions are going to be regress to 7 or go to Linux.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, says Fog Breather, I've been having some wireless troubles with my new computer. I live in a townhouse where the Verizon router's on the first floor, and my room is on the 3rd floor. I can already tell what the problems are. My MacBook Pro does not have wireless problems, but my iPhone and 3DS have less connectivity. The computer I built cannot stay connected to the internet from my room, but works fine on the 1st or 2nd floors. Computer
My
has...
stupid MacBook works like a kilometer away. I have no idea how it does that. That's like the best antenna in there.
That's because most of the case is aluminum.
Yeah. Just the case
No,
is...
I have the plasticky one.
Well, then I don't fucking know.
The computer is a Linksys dual antenna wireless card, and I believe on the PCI Express port. I don't have all the tech specs on hand. I'll try to get them to help me, blah, 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 blah. I tried turning my MacBook into an Ethernet modem, but that had all kinds of problems. There's a simple solution to this, or am I suffering the frustration of the black art of wireless?
Yes, there are problems with turning it into an Ethernet modem. Actually, no, there isn't.
Well, let's not focus on that. Let's focus on the wireless, because that's going to be a fucking episode. Okay. What I would suggest...
Yeah, dark art of wireless.
It's the dark art of wireless. What I would suggest is get yourself... you have. I know the card you have. It's a dual antenna wireless card, and they are removable antennas. What you're going to want is to get yourself a mini coax extension cable. And this will let you move your wireless antennas around. Well, you want 2 of them, I guess. And just keep moving them around until you find a spot where you can connect to your damn router. As for the 3DS and the iPhone, you're going to have less connectivity because they're smaller devices, smaller antennas, smaller space to acquire a signal.
And you're going through 2 floors.
Yes. The biggest problem is you're going through 2 floors. Your solution would probably be a wireless repeater on the 2nd floor.
Yeah.
And that would probably make this a lot...
to your
Or,
floor.
you know what actually would be better is you take a long Ethernet cable and drill holes to the fucking room, and then...
Or drop it out the window.
Yeah, window might work.
Window might work, but it depends on your neighborhood and your homeowners association. They may not like Ethernet cables through the windows. I'm just saying. I'm just saying is all.
If you're renting, you ain't drilling. If you're renting, you ain't drilling shit. You're getting a feeder.
And you get a cheap router that you can configure to be an access point, and all is well.
Yeah.
Alrighty, folks, I'm going to officially call it 8 hours later. That is the official How to Do It Marathon for Christmas 2012. Thank you for joining us so much. Yay, we did it.
Over.
8 hours of tech support, folks. You're not going to get that anywhere else. I mean, come on. Tech TV don't exist no more, you know what I'm saying? Fuck. I need water. My throat is killing me. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember to join us every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, live.lordcat.com for Tuesday Tech Talk. Radio Dead Air, live.radiodeadair.com every Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. We're on Twitter, Maluku Saito, Nash076, and Lordcat. Don't forget to watch Tuesday Tech Talk every Tuesday. And
except this one.
Well, except this one, because we did an 8-hour marathon. And don't forget to keep sending in your questions, folks, because we plan on answering them on Tuesday Tech Talk when we get enough questions to fill in some time. So if you got a question forums.lordcat.com. Go to the Tuesday Tech Talk /How to Do It forums, and we will be answering questions.